Hey everyone, it's Adam Brown here from diatribe.org, and wanted to share some of the strategies in the mindset chapter of Bright Spots and Landmines. So this is the second chapter in the book, but honestly was probably my favorite one to write, and it's definitely my favorite one to reread over and over again, just because mindset is kind of like this rocket fuel for doing better with diabetes. Like if you have the right mindset, even on the toughest days, I feel like it makes such a tremendous difference for feeling happier with diabetes, feeling less stress. So the first bright spot actually in the mindset chapter is this time-focused bright spot. And when I was diagnosed with diabetes, what I heard in the doctor's office was, Adam, you need to take care of your diabetes or you're going to have these long-term complications in many years, negative outcomes. And for someone young, newly diagnosed, I think that's a difficult message for two reasons. One, it's so negative, so you're going to avoid this negative outcome in many years, so you better take care of yourself. And the second is, it's really long-term, so it's easy to rationalize not making great decisions today because there's this long-term negative consequence that's, many years away for someone newly diagnosed. So the bright spot that I focus on when it comes to mindset is, how does an in-range blood sugar benefit me today? How does it benefit me this minute or this hour? And for me, it's, when my blood sugar is in range, when it's 70 to 140 or 70 to 180, whatever your threshold is, but mine is 70 to 140, I have more energy to do things that make me happy. I'm way kinder to the people I love because I'm not grumpy from a high or low blood sugar. I think more clearly and am able to do better work here at Diatribe and write better articles when my blood sugar is in range. I perform better in exercise because my blood sugar is in range and I have more energy. And I really wish that at diagnosis someone had said, like, hey, if you keep your blood sugar in range, you'll be a kinder person, you'll be a better athlete, a better thinker, and focused on those today reasons to take care of my diabetes rather than really long-term reasons that are very negative. So on my toughest days with diabetes, that's always the thing that I come back to. What are the benefits to taking care of my diabetes today? And that often gives me a motivation boost on those tough days. And one of the things I try to think about too is how my mood and how I'm treating other people that I love, because that is such a big motivator to keep my blood sugar in range, because I know if I'm low or if I'm high, I'm just not going to be as great of a person. So that's the first bright spot in the mindset chapter, because I think it's so important and such a game changer to doing better with diabetes. And one of the other ones that I really care about, it's something you hear a lot in diabetes, which is that it's just a number. The number on your meter is not a judgment or a grade on how you're doing, but it's just something that you take action on. And this is the second bright spot in the mindset chapter, and also really, really important because we call it a blood glucose test often, and when it feels like a test, if the number is out of range, if it's high or low, you feel like you're getting a bad grade. And when I was diagnosed with diabetes, that just led me to check my blood sugar less often. And so one of the bright spots, the way I phrase the bright spot is, BG numbers are neutral information to make a decision. They're not value judgments or grades on my performance. And I liken it to flying a plane. So if I'm a pilot and I'm looking at the sensor readings on my plane and I'm manually flying my plane and the plane's going too fast or too slow, I don't say to myself, I'm a terrible pilot. I take action on the number and do something about it. And so I always try to remind myself that diabetes is no different. If the number is really high or if it's really low, there's something to be learned from that. Maybe I can take action on it or learn something, but it's not a judgment on my ability to manage my diabetes or that I'm doing a terrible job. I might be doing everything in my power and the blood sugars are just out of range that day. So this idea of it's a neutral number and it's not a value judgment, I think is another important mindset bright spot in the book. And it's something I'm constantly reminding myself and telling loved ones to remind me of that when I'm having a tough day and I'm really frustrated at the number on the meter. My girlfriend Priscilla will say, it's just a number. Let's go for a walk. Here's some glucose tabs. And that, I think, is a huge mindset bright spot for me too. So those are a couple of the mindset bright spots in the chapter. There's a ton more Things like using the 5-minute journal every day is something that's made me happier and more grateful, and that's something I talk about in the book. Setting process goals instead of outcome goals. So I'm going to check my blood sugar before and after meals and take action on the number instead of an outcome goal like I'm going to get an A1C less than 7. There's a ton more mindset bright spots in the book, and I think they're all little nuggets, and you can take some and try them in your life and see if they work. And yeah, we're really excited to keep getting the word out about Bright Spots and Landmines. You can get it at diettribe.org/brightspots. We want to hear what you think about it. What chapters or bright spots or landmines resonate with you the most? What would you like to see more of? What would you like to see us do in Facebook Live or different videos? And thank you for listening and reading Diet Tribe, and we hope you stay well with diabetes. Thank you.